in. Let's put out that big breaking news. We have reached out to Anant Dehadrai. He says that he fears for his safety, for his life. Remember, Anant Dehadrai, in that letter that has been sent to the Central Bureau of Investigation, also says that he was threatened by the parliamentarian. This when she had provided details that her ex-partner was under surveillance. She, in fact, provided evidence to the effect that she had access to his call data record. In fact, an allegation has been levelled that the parliamentarian had also created a massive ruckus inside a luxury hotel here in the national capital. So far, we haven't really heard anything from the parliamentarian at this point in time. But remember, these are some sensational charges that have been levelled. So let's quickly take you a recap of what we know so far. The content of the letter that has been accessed by Republic TV, that's sensational to say the least. Let's put out the details first with regards to that letter that has been accessed. And then we also take you through what's the current status of the preliminary inquiry that has been conducted by the Central Bureau of Investigation. And thirdly, we're also going to get you what we are now putting out is the conversation that my colleague Madhurima had with Anant Dehadrai, who is now telling us Dehadrai tells Republic that he fears for his life. That's a big update coming in. We've reached out for more comment from Mr. Dehadrai as far as the latest details coming in. Let me just quickly quote what Mr. Anant Dehadrai had to say. She says to my colleague Madhurima that he has no further comment. He fears for his life and he says that he fears for his own safety. Let's now take you through the content of the letter, and I'll go back to my colleague Madhurima in a short while from now, while we just quickly take our viewers through the latest details. This is a big development, big twist that's taking place with that letter that has been written. One big takeaway from the letter: illegal snooping charges have been levelled against Mahua Moitra. In fact, Anant Dehadrai says that Mahua Moitra was using top Bengal police contacts to illegally track and also snoop. He makes the sensational charge that Mahua Moitra had actually used her proximity influence with the Kolkata police to track down ex-boyfriend, a German lady. In fact, she had access to full CDR details of ex-boyfriend from the police. Anant Dehadrai also claims that the police was being used to find out whereabouts of her ex-boyfriend. And I'm quoting from the letter. He says, "Stalk precise whereabouts of individuals." He says that he too was threatened. Anant Dehadrai says that he was threatened that she had access to her location details, and she was also phone tapping. These are some charges that have been levelled. Major stalking, illegal snooping allegation on Mahua Moitra after cash for questioning scandal. Now major stalking allegation against Mahua Moitra. We'll, in a short while from now, go across to our senior executive editor Abhishek Kapoor. But before that, getting us that big story is my colleague Madhurima. Madhurima, you've reached out to Anant Dehadrai. He says that he fears for his life.
Absolutely, Shravan, because ever since this news story broke, I first called him to ask for the confirmation, to which he said that yes, the complaint is correct and all the contents in the complaint that are of very serious nature are also correct and hold a lot of weight moving forward. He also asserted that he fears his life. When we asked for him to come on camera, he says that he's very fearful, he's feeling fearful, he fears for his life and that he is worried about the connection and the clout that Ms. Moitra holds moving forward, that in the past as well he has been threatened by Ms. Moitra on multiple occasions, and that the way the entire case, his previous case, has also been dealt, he fears for his life. Shravan.
Well, I'll just request you to stay on with us, Madhurima. I'll also bring in my colleague, senior executive editor Abhishek. Perhaps bear me out on this. You did actually have an inkling of this, what was actually happening. We were waiting for an official confirmation to come in with regards to one, the ruckus that was created, the alleged ruckus that was created inside a luxury hotel here in the national capital. One, second, with regards to the access that she had to a top Kolkata police officer, and we can also put out more details saying that the same very Kolkata officer has been under the scanner of the central agency. So undoubtedly she's misused her position as a parliamentarian, perhaps to snoop on a private individual, the same very person who was extremely vocal about what turned out to be completely fake. That was the Pegasus controversy.
Absolutely. So double standards and criminal angle to it, Shawan. You would know better what the agency would do with this complaint. But remember, it's not Mahua Moitra, the MP, misusing her position as a member of parliament, but actually a Trinamool leader, exerting her influence as a Trinamool leader with the Kolkata police commissioner at that time, and using those connections to snoop down on her ex-boyfriend, effectively, not Anant Dehadrai, another boyfriend at that time. There are call detailed records submitted in this complaint which clearly show that Mahua Moitra was closely tracking the whereabouts of that individual, and in fact she trooped down to the place where the Kolkata police helped her find him, and there a scene was created, but that's something personal. What is important is the element of using call detailed records and prevailing upon the Kolkata police to help Mahua Moitra in her very private pursuit of zeroing down where her boyfriend was. I think that's illegal, to say the least, and that's why it finds mention in the complaint, which is an omnibus of other issues. Anant Dehadrai now says that his life can be under threat, but what is important is that Mahua Moitra, who projected herself as a paragon of activism when it comes to snooping, she was taking a very public position on Pegasus, for example, and even otherwise on an earlier episode of snooping, herself found to be snooping on a boyfriend using Kolkata police is something I think is going to snowball, and depending on how the CBI really takes it forward, because there is a formal complaint with the call detailed records attached. I think it's not going to be easy for Mahua Moitra to explain what she really did with the help of Kolkata police in terms of snooping down on somebody's private life. In fact, there is a Chinese angle to it, in the sense that the person involved was lobbying for a Chinese firm. There is a German citizen involved. It gets murky, it gets dangerous, and the fact that a member of parliament is with somebody who has Chinese connection, who has a German lobbying firm associated, I think it's going to get complicated as the investigation progresses.